will be a great night of boxing, a great night of television. Live for the first time ever from the Bahamas, we are going to bring you 3 great fights. We are going to bring you, in fact, the spectacle of an entire arena created for this night of an island nation caught up in the fever and the magic known as Muhammad Ali. And mostly, we bring you the drama of brave and skilled athletes setting out to prove that they still can win. Thank you. Now, on with the show. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our host for the evening, that outstanding young and talented sportscaster from Los Angeles, Mr. Jim Hill.
Thank you very much, Shelley Saltman, and good evening again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Nassau, the capital of the 700 islands here in the Bahamas, and rightfully so. Tonight's big boxing card has been called The Drama in the Bahamas, featuring Trevor Berbick as he takes on the former 3-time heavyweight champion, Muhammad Ali, in yet another comeback for the champ. You know, the scene here is a Queen Elizabeth Stadium, and it's really a baseball facility that's been turned into a boxing arena for some 12,000 fans to come here and cheer for their favorites tonight. Now, the last several weeks, and the last 7 days in particular, this fight card has been coming under a great deal of controversy, and it was just a couple hours ago that it was almost canceled, but we're still here, and the show must go on. But still, this is the Bahamas, this is Nassau, a party town, a fun city, and despite all the controversy and all the distractions, a lot of people have been having a lot of fun here this past week, including the fighters themselves. And even if the old saying goes, a picture is worth 1,000 words, you watch and listen to the sight and sounds of Nassau. Randy Shields, Davy Pearl, and of course Don Dunphy. Now, it was in 1973 that Randy Shields won the AAU, I should say, the AAU lightweight championship. And listen to this, he defeated Sugar Ray Leonard in order to get that title. Earlier this year in April, he lost a very tough bout to Thomas Hearns for the WBA welterweight championship. And right now, he's ranked number 2 in the world. Randy, your thoughts tonight?
Well, thank you, Jim. My thoughts of tonight is, besides the fact that Muhammad Ali is here, is one of the best boxing cards I've ever seen. And with my experience as a professional boxer, I intend to give my personal insight of all the fights tonight. And with all the action that'll be here, I think I'll have a lot to say. Back to you, Jim.
Thank you so very much, Randy. Our next specialist is a man who has a great deal of experience being the 3rd man in the ring. He has refereed more than 900 bouts and 20 championship fights in various divisions. He was in the ring when Sugar Ray Leonard beat Thomas Hearns earlier this year. He was also the 3rd man in the ring when Muhammad Ali lost to Leon Spinks. He's one of the most respected referees in the sport of boxing. He's David Pearl. Dave?
Thank you, Jim. Everyone is wondering about Ali. Why is he doing this? Why is he fighting again? Does he need the money, and etc.? My personal opinion is that he likes what he's doing. He loves the intrigue, the noise, the excitement of the fights. My only hope is that after the fight, this fight is over, that he will learn that maybe he's got to turn this off. Hopefully that's what he'll do.
Okay, thank you so very much, Dave. You know, no one, and I mean absolutely no one, has broadcast more major boxing events or championship fights than our blow-by-blow man for tonight. He is a legend in radio broadcasting, and there are not enough superlatives to describe him. He is simply the dean of radio broadcasting in boxing. Mr. Don Dunphy.
Thank you very much, Jim Hill. I figured out this afternoon that I've covered, or will have covered after tonight, 18 bouts in which Muhammad Ali fought as either a champion or a contender. Joe Louis and Jim Jeffries in the all-time history of boxing are the only former heavyweight champions to try a comeback after they have retired. Muhammad Ali is trying the same thing tonight. Can he succeed where they failed? He has certainly picked a tough opponent. And let's not forget we've got a fine middleweight match with Thomas Hearns, who's got a question to answer after his recent defeat by Sugar Ray Leonard, who is going into the middleweight ranks against a fine fighter. And the maybe new Muhammad Ali out of Louisville, Kentucky, Greg Page, is facing a canny, tough veteran named Scott LeDoux. We wonder why Page thinks this bout is so important. Greg Page is ready for Scott LeDoux, but the question is, why is Page considering this fight so important?
No, I'm not taking Scott LeDoux very lightly because I have something to prove to Scott LeDoux that he said he was going to knock me out. And one thing that's for sure, that I'm coming out to fight. And I figure that all of my fights up to now are very important on my venture to a championship fight. And I feel that a victory over Scott LeDoux will be one of my milestones to the championship.
And Scott LeDoux has the same question to answer. Why is this so important to him?
Well, it's very important for me to beat Greg Page because he's ranked third, like I said. That'll put me right back in the title picture. We've had a taste of that gold ring up there, and we had a grasp on it. We didn't get to hold it very long. We're going to get back at it. We're going to get a hold of that ring. We're going to hang on to it. And it's very important for me to prove to myself and to my fans that I can still beat anybody in the world. We've done it in the past, and we're going to do it in the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the next stellar attraction this evening, we have a 12-round heavyweight bout for the USBA championship. We have in the red corner, wearing the blue trunks, from Dayton, Minnesota, weighing 230 pounds, Scott LeDoux. Scott LeDoux's record is 28 victories, 8 defeats, 5 draws. There were 18 KOs in the 28 victories. In the blue corner, wearing white trunks from Louisville, Kentucky, weighing 231 pounds, Greg Page. Page's record is 17 victories, no defeats, of which 15 were KOs. This is a 12-round fight.
12-round fight for the
Ladies and
US.
gentlemen, I just want to tell you we have had a change for the judges for this contest. Judging at ringside, Clyde Gray, Alonzo Butler, and Bert Perry. The timekeeper, Chris Balakis. Counting for the knockdowns, Sammy
You're going to notice on the referee part, for example, that he's wearing a battery on his right-hand pocket, which means that you'll be able to hear every instruction that the referee gives to these fighters during the course of the fight. Greg Page is young. He's had 17 fights. He's undefeated, and he's up against a wily veteran who is rough, tough, and I know because I refereed his fight against Larry Holmes. He'll never quit. He'll stand there and fight him all the way. And now the instructions from Zach Clayton, a very experienced referee.
A good clean win, that I will have. Come on, Scott, let's listen to my instructions. In the event of a knockdown, the fellow getting knocked down must take an 8-second count. Kneeling or standing, it makes no difference. The fellow scoring that knockdown, go to the furthest corner. Remain there till I tell him to come out fighting. You come out before I tell you to come out, I'm going to chase you back. Now, this is one thing I want you to remember. In the event of a knockdown, the bell sounds the end of the round. While the contestants are on the floor, the count will continue. 3 knockdowns are in succession. There are 3 knockdowns, the fight's automatically over. I mean, it's a question for quite certain.
Does he get to come out with his friends or by himself?
That's his opinion. Okay, shake hands now, fella. Give me a good fight. Come
the
on.
3 knockdown rule now.
Pretty good sense of humor by Scott LeDoux.
Is in effect in the respect that if a fighter goes down 3 times, it doesn't necessarily mean that the fight is over. Oh, excuse me. I've got it wrong. It's just the opposite. The fight will be over automatically if the fighter goes down 3 times. Generally on a title fight, they eliminate that.
As Davey told you a while ago, Zach Clayton is a veteran referee. Years ago, he played with the Harlem Globetrotters. He's still got the old legs. He can maneuver around that ring pretty good. Greg Page, gloves down at his side. Scott LeDoux the same. Page giving it to Muhammad Ali as the bout gets underway, and he rouses the crowd. Scott LeDoux is tough. Greg Page is really a replica of a young Muhammad Ali.
Well, Scott LeDoux is getting hit by those jabs thrown by Greg Page, except for those few.
He is tough, however. I think he can beat Scott LeDoux with a left jab out boxing, but I don't think he can hurt him with it. He'll take a right hand or a left hook to bother LeDoux. He's been jabbed by the best of them.
One thing I know that Greg Page has good right hand, good combination.
Quick reflexes by Greg Page. Scott LeDoux took his eyes off his opponent there, and he got tagged for it.
I tell you, that looked like about Greg Page's best shots, and it didn't even bother Scott LeDoux.
I think Page is in there to put on a show.
One thing I noticed that when Scott LeDoux threw his punch, he closed his eyes.
And that's when he got nailed. Just before that, Greg Page was looking out into the audience, but Scott LeDoux didn't seem to notice it.
To take a good close look at his left eye, underneath the eye, it's starting to color up a little bit.
You mean LeDoux?
Yes, on the left eye, and it's the same eye that Larry Holmes worked over when he fought him. It was a bad eye injury. It's the reason I stopped the fight, as a matter of fact.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that, Davey. Page apparently has seen it. He's shooting that left hand at it. About a minute to go in the round. It's a 12-round bout for the USBA Championship. United States Boxing Championship. I see that Page can throw them long. A solid jab he throws. He can throw them long or he can throw them short. And he can turn that jab into a hook.
Well, he's got Scott LeDoux backing up somewhat. But Scott LeDoux, he'll be in there fighting the whole time.
Zach Clayton told LeDoux to keep the punches up. The only way he can hit Page right now is in the back. Those are good jabs.
He's working on that left eye, if you'll notice, Don.
Well, that was a fast round. Zach, how are you?
And then another thing he says is that you gotta
Zach Clayton asking the timekeeper to give him a 10-second warning whistle or something before the next round.
Yeah. Or else do a left hook to the belly or to the head with that once you follow it. To the belly and right hand to the head.
Overhand right.
Here's the combination that Scott LeDoux got hit with.
Zach Clayton escorting the card girl around the ring.
First time I've ever seen that.
Zach. He's still with the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, he sure is.
Round 2. Greg Page from Louisville, undefeated. And a real comer in the white trunks. Scott LeDoux in the blue. Zach Clayton in the white. All the white.
Put that one, will you? Get that one up there.
Greg Page missing with those combinations.
He's got his arms down awfully low, his gloves down at the sides. Randy, as long as LeDoux has been around, wouldn't you think he'd learn to get away from a jab or do something about it?
Well, he's getting away from a good percentage of them, but still a lot of them are connecting. I think he's just so intent with connecting with that one punch, he's not worried about his jab.
That's right, he seems to be a one-punch minded fighter.
He'll take 10 to land one, Don.
Pardon?
And he'll take 10 to land one.
Yes.
And I don't know if he can last that long doing that.
Well, we don't know if his eye will last that long. We know he can, just getting his eyes.
LeDoux shaking his head. And Page mimics him. There's that right-hand punch. Greg Page is doing the Muhammad Ali, only he's doing it better. But he's got a perfect foil in Scott LeDoux. But it sure is entertainment.
Well, one thing I do know about this fight, they both do not like each other. There he goes!
He was down from that quick punch.
3, 4, 5, 6. How do you feel?
7. How do you feel, the referee said to him?
All right. Come on.
Okay.
He says he's all right.
Second round, midway in the second round. Page will try to do a job on him now, that quick right hand.
His legs are weak. His legs are weak. It's not a good sign.
Nothing wrong with Page's legs. Ripping punches.
Page is doing a number on him inside, too.
The referee's doing a good job of breaking these
LeDoux is
guys.
wobbly.
He's very wobbly. His legs are weak.
Another good right would finish him. He'll come close to it. Three, undefeated Greg Page in the white trunks. Scott LeDoux, the journeyman fighter, with the fighting Frenchman on his blue trunks. He was down in the second round. Let's see the effects of it. He had a rough time in the second round, LeDoux did. He's tentative with that right hand.
Well, he's just so much lower than Page is.
Page is actually taunting him, going southpaw.
He almost went for that bait.
LeDoux can't take much more of that, at least I don't think so.
He's got a slight cut under his left eye now, under it. Page has been working on it.
Jabs are going right on the eye. no contest so far, and we're in round 3.
Even when LeDoux lands now, there's not too much authority behind it.
No, it's very slow and dull.
Page is one for grabbing around the neck,
which is an Ali trait.
grazing punches or missing. They're not getting in there right now.
They weren't really throwing that well. It just kind of just to throw them out there to throw them out there.
LeDoux has landed a couple in this round, which he didn't do in the first two.
But even the punches that land effectively, they're not very effective.
I'll say this about LeDoux, he's got no sense of humor. He doesn't think this is funny. LeDoux doing his best work on the inside as he holds Page against the ropes, and the referee says, fight your way out. You can see the blood from that cut near the left eye of Scott LeDoux. Flipping down a little bit.
Yeah, it's fortunate that it's under his eye instead of over.
Oh, another one.
That was sounded, but he's not up yet.
7. You all right, baby? Come on. Huh?
I don't think Scott didn't hear the bell.
He's hurt.
The referee, neither did anybody else. Scott LeDoux was down right at the bell.
Scott LeDoux.
Check him out, doctor.
He's leaning back. He just has no power in his legs.
There he goes. He went down from
This
the view.
bout goes on. It can't go on very long, Dave.
No, you're right. But he's so capable of taking punishment. Here's the replay. Here's the right hand. There he right down again. Scott LeDoux will be marked up pretty badly before this is over.
Yeah, the referee told him if he goes down again, he's stopping it. So,
a good idea.
I'm glad they've got a good experienced referee in there.
Oh, yes.
Scott LeDoux doesn't have much wing in his legs anymore. His legs are still wobbly right now. They're just weak. He's very weak.
His chin isn't as strong as it used to be.
His manager just asked him if he wanted to finish it off now and quit, and he said no.
No, Scott LeDoux will never give up.
He'll never give up.
He's got more courage and guts than I know that have a lot of people.
We're coming up to round 4. It's scheduled for 12.
Come on.
Round 4 it is. The question is, how long can it last? There it is. Once again, I think this is all. Yep.
Zach has called the fight off.
That place just stopped the fight.
Good smart move. He's had it.
That was the best punch
He's going to
landed, that
complain.
right hand. LeDoux is protesting, but forget it. His life may have been saved.
Come on, listen to me, baby. Listen to me. I don't want you to get hurt.
You can hear the referee.
I want you to get hurt. You're busting all open, baby. I'm on your side. I know you got too damn much heart. You got too damn much heart. Come on, get in. Your fight's over. Come on. I know it. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, baby.
You know, that's one of the most interesting scenes I've ever seen in a fight ring, with a referee talking to a fighter that way, and very nicely.
It's very well done. I like it very much.
Very well done. Here's experience a la carte.
There's Greg Page, the winner. There couldn't have been more than 10 seconds gone when that punch landed.
No, it's right about 10 seconds.
Page is going over to LeDoux, and they have no hard feelings.
That's good. That's good.
They had some words at the weigh-in yesterday, you know, but the hard feelings are over.
Too damn much heart. I know that you get hurt.
Referee Zach Clayton, a fine referee, is still talking to them.
You got too damn much heart.
There's a slight jab and a right hand. There he goes. Right down. I think referee Zach Clayton used tremendously good judgment in stopping the fight right then and there.
Here's from another shot. Right on the cheekbone. And down he goes.
There's another one.
what makes that punch more effective is that he was coming in with the right hand and he went right into the punch. Makes it that much harder.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner in 10 seconds of the 4th round by technical knockout, Greg Page.
Greg Page has increased his record to 18 wins out of 18 with 16 knockouts. That's not bad.
Matt, I tell him next fight will be Hearns. You know, he's not a yeah. What's happening?
Well, we've got a very fine interview for you now before the next bout. It's Jim Hill with one of the great trainers of all time, Angelo Dundee. Take it, Jim.
Thank you so very much, Don. Angelo Burpick isn't even here yet.
Well, I guess he's starting to get the feeling of little dread, I guess. I don't know what's going on, but I imagine he'll be here shortly.
You know, when Ali fought Larry Holmes, he was 217. You said light is not right. He's a little bit heavier now. Your feelings on that?
Well, I feel good about it because I think he needs that added poundage. I think what's going to win this fight is not bouncing around and being agile like he was. I think Muhammad of 10 years ago would have had trouble with this kind of a style. Muhammad of today, with this type of a style we're going to use in this guy tonight, will be able to bull him, hound him, dog him, and do a number on the guy.
There won't be any joking around. He'll be dead serious?
Oh, dead serious. He wants this. Muhammad Ali wants this for Muhammad Ali.
This is the turning point in his career.
No, this is something he wants for himself, and I feel good about it that all us guys are here to watch him do it.
Okay, thank you so very much, Angelo, and tell Muhammad we'll see him in a little bit.
Right, nice talking to you.
Okay, thank you. Angelo Dundee, trainer of Muhammad. Don, back to you at ringside.
All right, Jim. Don Dunphy with Davey Pearl and Randy Shields. We're getting the ring cleared before the next bout coming up. Matt Helrick has been the very fine ring announcer. Here he is.
All right. So there'll be a brief delay. There'll be a national anthem. The next fight will be